season replays, fantasy drafts, ultimate creative leagues, and what if tournament. It's Coffee Cup Games with the coach, DKM. Hey, this is Coach DK with Coffee Cup Games. Hope you guys are having a good one. We are replaying the 1976 playoffs. We are doing the championship series from both the American and National League to see who will advance into the World Series. In the American League, the series is currently tied 1 game apiece as it gets ready to go to New York for games 3, 4, and possibly games 5. But today we are going to be doing game 2 of the National League Championship Series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Philadelphia Phillies. And currently, Philadelphia leads the series 1-0 as they won game 1 at home. But today we are hoping, as the managers of the Cincinnati Reds, to bounce back and knock this all up. So let's check out the starters for both the Cincinnati Reds and the Philadelphia Phillies. Our game 2 starters for the Cincinnati Reds will be leading off Pete Rose playing third. Ken Griffey will be in right field batting second. Joe Morgan will be playing second and batting third. Tony Perez, the first baseman, batting fourth. George Foster, the left fielder, will be batting fifth. The catcher, Johnny Bench, will be batting sixth. Dave Concepcion will be the shortstop, batting seventh. And Geronimo, the center fielder, will be batting eighth. And on the mound will be Pat Zachary. He went 14-7. He had a 2.74 ERA. He started 28 games and he had 0 saves. And now for the Philadelphia Phillies. They will have Cash, the second baseman, leading off. Center fielder Gary Matic will be batting second. Mike Schmidt will be batting third and playing third. Greg Luzinski, the left fielder, will be batting fourth in the cleanup spot. Dick Allen, the first baseman, will be batting fifth. John Stone, the right fielder, will be batting sixth. Boone will be catching and he'll be batting seventh. And Larry Bowe, the shortstop, will be batting eighth. On the mound and batting ninth will be Jim Longberg. He went 18-10 with a 3.08 ERA. He started 32 games and had 1 save. So now let's get ready to jump into game 2 between the Cincinnati Reds and the Philadelphia Phillies at the Vet Stadium in Philadelphia. But before we do, if you are liking the content that we put out on this channel, I'm going to ask you guys to like the video. More importantly, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, or snide remarks, please leave them in the section down below. So now with that being said, let's jump into game 2 of the National League Championship Series. And we are at Philadelphia's Vet Stadium. It is a bad afternoon. Pete Rose is going to be leading off for us, the Cincinnati Reds. As I mentioned, we are managing the Reds, hoping to take them back to the World Series. So here we go, Longberg on the mound, and Pete Rose is going to start off with a walk. So that's going to be a great start for us. And now Ken Griffey is up. He is going to rip a single to opposite field, and that is going to put runners at the corners for Joe Morgan, who at 320 with 27 home runs, does really well against right-handed hitters. Can he come through? And he is going to be walked. So the base is loaded right off the bat as Jim Longberg is in some serious trouble. And now Tony Perez comes up. He had 19 home runs. We had the bases loaded in the last game, and we're barely able to generate anything. This time it's going to be a long fly ball, which will be a sacrifice fly, so we do get a run. Yahoo! And now George Foster, the left fielder, is up. He had 306 with 29 home runs. He needs a 1-3 for a double. Everything else is a single. He rolls a 2. My man. And so that is going to score. Griffey. Morgan is going to go. We're sending him, and with a 1-18 chance of scoring, they hit the cutoff man, keeping Foster at second base. But Foster with a 2-run double. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. So we have jumped up early in this one, and now Johnny Bench is up, and he's going to hit a fly ball to right field. Jay Johnstone has a pretty decent arm, and it's not going to be able to advance Foster. So we have 2 outs, and now Concepcion is up, and he's going to pop out the first for the 3rd out as Allen pulls that one in. But we have added 3 runs right off the bat to take a quick lead, giving Pat Zachary a nice lead before he even steps on the mound. So here we are, bottom of the 1st, Zachary on the mound, And now Dave Cash up to bat. And Cash is going to hit a ground ball to Concepcion. That's going to be one down. And now Gary Maddox is up. Maddox needs a 1-7 for a double. Rest is a single. He gets a 17. So he is on with a single. And now Mike Schmidt is up. Mike Schmidt needs a 1 for a home run. It's going to be a 4. So this will be a deep fly ball that Foster is able to take in at the warning track for the second out. Now Greg Luzinski's up, who had the home run in the last game, and he's going to get a single. So Maddox is in scoring position, standing at second. Luzinski on first, and now Dick Allen is up, the first baseman, and he's going to be strikeout. A big strikeout for Zachary to get out of that one as they started to put a little bit of pressure, and now we go into the top of the second. Cesar Geronimo is up. He is going to hit a ground ball to Cash at second for one down, and now the pitcher Zachary's up, and he's going to have one possibility on the hitter's card to get anything positive, and it is a walk, and he rolls it. So we will take that. And now Pete Rose, who walked in the first inning, is up to bat. The switch hitting third baseman's going to hit a ground ball to Cash for a 4-6-3 double play. So that's going to end the inning. Bottom of the second, Jay Johnstone's going to lead off. The right fielder hit 318. He needs a 1-4 for a double. The rest is a single. He's going to get a 19. So the 20-die roll has been in our favor so far. And that's going to keep Johnstone at first. And now Bob Boone is up. And Boone's going to rip a shot to opposite field between Perez and Morgan. And that's going to put runners on first and second with no outs. And Larry Boa, the shortstop, is up, the switch hitter. And it's going to be a
just a bit outside
wild pitch. So runners advance, and now Larry Boa is up, hit 248. He needs a 1-9. He's going to get a 3 for a double, as that's going to knock in both Boone and Johnstone. And so Boa is on second, and now Longberg is up. I would imagine they're going to try to bunt him over. They will, and it's going to be a sacrifice bunt as we get the out at first. And so now Boa is on third. Cash, the leadoff man, the second baseman, is up, and he's going to draw a walk. That is not necessarily a bad thing. This gives us the option for the double play. Now Maddox is up, but he singled his first at bat. He's going to hit a ground ball to Perez. It is a high bouncing ball, so Perez has to back up a little bit, toss it to Zachary coming first, but the run will score to tie it up. And now Cash is on third, and now Mike Schmidt is up, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Concepcion. That's going to end the inning, but Philadelphia answers back with 3 runs in the bottom of the second to tie this one up. Here is Griffey. He singled in the first inning, and he is going to hit a fly ball into right field, but he seems to be shaken up by that one. And so he is going to have to miss the rest of this game. Unlucky. Now Joe Morgan is up. He drew a walk, and he's going to hit a driller in front of the home plate that Bob Boone picks up, and that's going to be out number 2. And now Perez is up, and he needs a 1-12. It's going to be a 14. So that's going to be off the wall. Perez gets an easy double, but that just missed getting over the fence. And now Foster is up, and he is going to be intentionally walked. They want to go against Johnny Bench. And so now here's Bench. He needs a 1-3. He is going to get a 14. So it's not a double, but it is a single. So that is going to be an RBI. Brilliant! As Tony Perez scores and George Foster goes to third. A big 2-out single by Johnny Bench. And now Concepcion is up. He needs a 1-18 for a single. He's going to get it there. We are not going to send Johnny Bench. We're going to play it safe, as we've just knocked in 2 runs with the 2-out rally here. And now Geronimo is up, and Geronimo is going to be struck out for the third out, but we do answer back with 2 runs in the top of the third to regain a 5-3 lead. But now we need to go find someone to play right field for Griffey. And so we brought in the defensive Mike Lum into right field. He hits really well against right-handers, so that is going to hopefully benefit us. But we go into the bottom of the third as Luzinski is up. He has had a very good postseason so far. He singled in the first, and he is going to single again. So Luzinski, having a great championship series, is on first to lead off the bottom of the third, and now Dick Allen's up and strikeout. A good strikeout by Pat Zachary, and now John Stone, the right fielder, is up, and he's going to be strikeout. 2 strikeouts in the row, and now Bob Boone is up, who singled in the second. He's going to hit a ground ball back to Zachary, and Zachary leaps with the ball bouncing over his head, but he is able to get there, and he throws it out at first for the third out. So that's going to bring up the top of the fourth. But after 3, Cincinnati leads this one 5-3, as they have 5 runs on 5 hits and not committed an error. Philadelphia has 3 runs on 6 hits, and they also have not committed an error. So far, a lot of offense going on, and now Pat Zachary's up. He is going to be strikeout. So 1 down, and now top of the order, here's Pete Rose. Pete Rose is going to be hit by a pitch. Pete Rose does have that little stance that is really small and compact and close to the plate, as Longberg gets a little bit too far inside. So with 1 out, Rose is on first, and now here is Mike Lum, the right fielder that we brought in, and he is going to draw a walk. So we brought him in because he does well getting on base against right-handers, and he comes through. So runners on first and second, and now Morgan, our number 3 hitter, the second baseman who had 27 home runs and hit 320, is up to bat, and he is going to rip a single into right field. We are going to send Rose to try to score, and they are just going to hit the cutoff man. Nice! So we have gotten our lead back up to 3, and now Tony Perez is up. He had a double and a sacrifice fly. He's going to hit a fly ball to Matic in center field. Lum is going to have to stay put. So 2 down, and now Foster is up. He's been intentionally walked. He hit a double, and he's going to hit a ground ball back to the pitcher for the 3rd out. And so we do add a run in the top of the 4th, as now we go into the bottom of the 4th with Philadelphia's Larry Boa, the shortstop, being up to bat. He's going to hit a ground ball to Morgan a second. That's going to be 1 down, and now Longberg is up, and he is going to draw a walk. You cannot walk the other team's pitcher.
Such an idiot.
So now Cash, top of the order, the second baseman at 284 in 1976, is going to be strikeout. The 4th strikeout for Zachary in 4 innings. He's pitching well that way. And now Gary Maddox is up, and he's going to hit a fly ball to Cesar Geronimo in center field. And that is going to end the inning. So we go into the top of the 5th with Johnny Bench up to bat, Concepcion on deck, and Geronimo in the hole. Here is Bench. He is 1 for 2. He's going to hit a ground ball to Cash at second base, who gets that one, makes a play, and that's 1 down. And now Concepcion is going to hit a shot right at Boa for 2 down. And now Geronimo is going to get a 2-out single into left field, and that is hopefully going to give us something here. He's going to try to steal. Cannot get a good lead, and with 2 outs, we're going to have to let Zachary hit. Not much chances on his card, as he's going to hit a fly ball to center field, and that's going to be out number 3. As we are going into the bottom of the 5th, and Cincinnati, we still lead 6-3. Here is Mike Schmidt to lead off the bottom of the 5th, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Perez. Perez has to go to his right. He makes a beautiful play, tosses to Zachary, and just gets Schmidt out in time. Here's Luzinski, who is having an incredible postseason, and he needs a 1-15 for a double. The rest is a single. He rolls in 11, so he gets a double. Luzinski with another hit, and now here's Dick Allen, who's been struck out twice by Pat Zachary. He doesn't strike out this time, but he does hit a fly ball to Lum in right field, and that is going to keep Luzinski at second, as he has 0 legs at all. Probably the slowest player on both teams, and so he's remaining at second, as now John Stone's up with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs, and he's going to be struck out. So again, Pat Zachary with a strikeout. As we go into the top of the 6th, Pete Rose is up to bat. Pete Rose has been walked, and he's been hit by a pitch, and he is 0 for 1 with a ground out, but he has scored twice. He is going to hit a ground ball to Schmidt, and that's going to be an easy play for Schmidt. One of the best defensive players is going to get an easy out, and now Mum is out, and he walked the first time, and now he's going to rip a single into right field. So he is on base with 1 out, and Morgan's going to come up, and he's going to hit a fly ball to Johnstone in right field for out number 2. And now Perez is up, who doubles and had a sacrifice fly, but this time He is going to hit a pop-up to Schmidt, who waves everyone off for the 3rd out. Bottom of the 6th, Bob Boone, the catcher, is up as they have their 7, 8, and 9 hitter. But Bob Boone is going to start off with a single. So that's not the way we want to start. Now Larry Bow is up. He had a double in the 2nd inning. He's going to hit a ground ball to Morgan. We're going to take the easy out. And now Jim Longberg, the pitcher, is up. Will they bring in a pinch hitter? And they will, as Danny Ozark brings in Tom Hutton to pinch hit. So that will be all for their pitcher. And now Hutton trying to see if he can help him out. And he's going to hit a ground ball to Rose. So he's going to take the easy out at first as Boone has to hold at second. And now we have Dave Cash up, the second baseman, the leadoff man. He's going to hit a ground ball to Concepcion. So with a runner in scoring position, they are not able to capitalize as we get the out. And that's going to take us into the top of the 7th with a 6-3 lead. Cincinnati Reds have 6 runs on 8 hits, has not committed an error. And Philadelphia has 3 runs on 8 hits and has not committed an error. George Foster to start off the 7th inning, and he is going to get a hold of one here.
If you can, put it on the board. Yes. Yes.
As Schuler, the new pitcher, Ron Schuler, comes in, and right off the bat, George Foster takes him dead center for a long home run. And that is going to increase our lead to 4. Now Johnny Bench is up. He's 1 for 3. He needs a 1. He's the 5. Everything else is a single. So a 1 to 5 would have been a double. Everything else would have been a single. It is a 17. So Bench gets a single. So 2 straight hits against Ron Schuler. And now Concepcion is up. He's going to hit a fly ball to center field to Matic. So that's going to be out number 1. So Schuler finally gets an out. And now Geronimo is up. And he's going to be strikeout. And so here comes Pat Zachary. He's 0 for 2. He has a walk. He has gone 6 innings so far. We think he has a little bit more in him. He is going to be strikeout for Schuler. And so we are going to go into the bottom of the 7th as Philadelphia trails by 4. Zachary on the mound, probably his last inning, as he's going to get Maddox hit a ground ball to Morgan, who has to make a play. And Morgan will, and now Mike Schmidt is up, and Mike Schmidt is going to be walked. He is 0 for 3 today, so he's going to get on base finally with a walk. And now Greg Luzinski is up the bat. He has 2 singles and a double, and he hit a home run in yesterday's contest. And so he is finally going to be struck out by Zachary. So a big strikeout against their hottest hitter. And now Dick Allen is up, who has struck out twice and flied out. He needs a 1 to 4. He's going to get a 9. So Morgan's able to get that, as it's going to be a line out that he had to move a little bit. And that will be the 3rd out, as we are now entering the top of the 8th with our top of the order. Pete Rose is up. He's 0 for 2, but he has been given advances to the base twice, once by a walk and once by hit by pitch. So here he is, and we are going to see what he can do. He needs a 1 to 4. He's going to get a 3. So again, the 20-die roll is in our favor. He's going to lead off with a single, and Mum is up. He is 1 for 1 with a walk. He's really good against right-handers, but unfortunately, he's going to hit the cash. He's going to throw it to Boa and then over to Allen for a 4-6-3 double play. And now Morgan's up. He's 1 for 3. He's going to pull a ball into the left center. This one's going, and it's gone. Joe Morgan with a home run to increase our lead to 8-3. Morgan with 27 home runs in 1976 pulls one in Game 2 for a solo shot, and now Perez is up. He's 1 for 3, and he's going to be strikeout. As we have jumped all over their relief pitcher, Schuler, in this one. And so John Stone is up as we enter the bottom of the 8th. Zachary still on the mound. We're going to see what he can do, and he's going to get a strikeout. He is over his pitch count, but he is still hauling them down. And now Bob Boone is up. He is 2 for 3. He's going to hit a fly ball to left field for the 2nd out. And now Larry Bow is up. He's 1 for 3. He had a double in the 2nd, and he's going to draw a walk. So now I'm sure they're going to bring in a pinch hitter. They will, as Danny Ozark brings in Terry Harmon to pinch hit. And so Zachary can get this guy out. that should be end of it for him, as he's going to get Harmon to hit a ground ball to Morgan for the 3rd out. And my assumption is that will be the night for Zachary, as he's well over his pitch count. Here is George Foster. He is 2 for 3. He hit a solo home run in the 7th inning. Can he get another one, as they have brought in Ron Reed, and Ron Reed with a strikeout over George Foster. So 1 down, and now Johnny Bench is up. He is 2 for 4. He needs a 1-5 for a double. Everything else is a single. He's going to roll a 2. So Johnny Bench with a double. And again, that 20 die roll is in our favor. Concepcion is up. He is 1 for 4. He has an RBI and
Just a bit outside.
a wild pitch. So Concepcion is still at bat, and now Bench is on 3rd. So anything that he can get into the outfield will be really good for us. And here's Ron Reed, and Concepcion's going to hit a ground ball to Boa. They're going to get the out at first, but Bench is able to score as we add another run in the top of the 9th. So Geronimo is up with 2 outs. He is going to get a single, and so we will quickly try to see if he can steal. And he is not able to get a good lead, so we will bring in a pinch hitter. And we bring in Dan Dreisen, who is really good against right-handed hitters. They are going to leave Reed in, and he will get Dreisen to pop out to Boa at short for the 3rd out. And so now, with that being said, we need to bring in someone to finish this one off. And with a bunch of right-handers coming up to bat, we decided to bring in our right-hander who specializes against righties, Santo Alcala. So Santo Alcala on the mound. Here is Cash. He is 0 for 3. He has gotten a walk, and he's going to fly ball opposite field to Lum in right field. And so that's going to be 1 down, and now Gary Maddox is up, and he's going to hit a fly ball to left field. So even though they have the top of the order, so far they're going 1, 2, and will Schmidt make it 3 as he is 0 for 3. Third baseman's going to draw a walk, so they are going to extend the inning a little bit longer, as now Greg Luzinski's up, and he has been the Philadelphia Phillies' best hitter so far in the series, and he is going to get a single to left field, as he is now 4 for 5, and now Allen is up. So this will be probably the last hitter that Alcala will face, and now Allen is going to hit a fly ball to left field that Foster has to move just a little bit, and that one will be pulled in to end this game, as Cincinnati Reds, the Big Red Machine, wins Game 2 9-3. And that is conclusion of Game 2 in the National League Championship Series, as we have tied it all up 1-1 in this best of 5. Pat Zachary comes out with the win, as the Big Red Machine spreads out their offense with 4 different players getting at least 2 RBIs in this whopping 9-3 victory. So both the American and the National League Championship Series are going into Game 3 with the series tied at 1 apiece. We will now be returning to the American League Championship Series in our next episode. So I hope you guys are enjoying this replay of the 1976 playoffs. Until next time, this is Coach DK. Have a good one. Bye.